Welcome to Northwest Digital News. I'm Kevin Hunter with Kyle Torgeson, and we have a special guest in studio, Carrie Williquette from Extreme Machines. Thanks for joining us here on Northwest Digital News.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me. Actually, I'm from Longview Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Rec.
I'm here to chat.
You're here to represent Extreme Machines.
Sure.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Parks and Rec in a little bit too, but first of all, can you share with our viewers a little bit of the history of Extreme Machines? I've been at this the last few years and loved all the machines that are there. And we are, by the way, very excited to bring our pirate ship there this year, too.
Excited to have you.
So tell our viewers a little bit about the history of Extreme Machines and why you do this.
Okay. History. Well, I think it probably started out back in 1999 as a fundraiser for our local hospice. Mm-hmm. However, I think after a few years, I think it was Max Camp maybe and Jeff Wilson that started to roll with that.
We have no idea who Jeff Wilson is,
okay.
Right, Kyle?
Well,
who's Jeff Wilson?
Jeff Wilson actually is now my conductor for Extreme Machines. Oh, okay. So he's a port commissioner, I believe. Although
we were just kidding. We know Jeff.
Okay. I searched him out, I don't know, I guess 3 years ago, because 3 years ago we brought Extreme Machines back to the community. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily as a fundraiser, although we do accept donations at the gate for our out-of-school scholarship funds. I don't think a lot of people know that, and yet we don't really raise a lot of money either, and it's not about that. Anyway, but it's about bringing various businesses, agencies, organizations, folks that might just have something unique to showcase at this fun, free community event called Extreme Machines. And really, it's just an opportunity, I think, more or less for these agencies, businesses to share with the community, young and old, what they do for our community, how they serve, how they protect us, how you can get involved, how you can become one of these local heroes, so to speak, whether you're 3 years old, 15 years old, or 35-year-olds that come to the event and check it out. It's a great opportunity for people to educate what's going on in our community and how hard these folks work, whether it's, the logging industries or the emergency service vehicles, or even the city of Longview's street sweeper, or pretty jazz. This year we've got the Coast Guard helicopter coming in, and I think that is going to be so amazing, because what a perfect agency to showcase really how much of an extreme machine they are, whether it's, them serving as a Coast Guard serviceman or woman, or
do you know what they're flying in? Is it a Black Hawk or a Chinook, or do you know what it is?
An S-60. Do you have a picture of that?
We'll find one.
I believe that
below the tree lines, you can imagine these limbs flying by you. And deliberately going as fast as they can to scare the snot out of you. And we were doing missions there, and so they're dropping us off in location.
Hey,
so
cool. So that's pretty special.
Yeah.
Too.
And then we did the Chinooks as well, and one of them was quite funny. I've actually been in Chinooks a few different locations, but the one in Fort Lewis in particular was funny because on the base there's lakes there, and there are private property that are adjacent to the Fort Lewis, Fort McCord area. And so here's this property, this guy on his dock fishing, and this Chinook comes flying right over the top of the trees, all of a sudden appears out of nowhere. And this guy is trying to wind his line in as fast as he can to get off of this dock, because he knows what's coming. And the wash from these two blades, there was water going every possible imaginable direction. And I'm looking at this guy down there, and he looks like he's standing in a car wash. It was just hilarious. So anyway, it's cool that they're coming in with a chopper.
Yeah. And actually, I'm hoping, too, that we have one of the DNR fire fire helos come on in. That's jury's still out on that one, depending on how busy they are, and if they can find somebody to spend their Saturday for a few hours flying in another helicopter. So,
well, if all the smoke in the area is an indication, they might be busy.
Yeah. It's pretty sad out there, but we'll keep praying that those go away soon. So we've got helicopters. This just in, Bill Brock is able to bring his Smoke and Thunder jet car. That's pretty breathtaking, I guess. He's not gonna start it up and race the Coast Guard out there, which is what I guess he does at these air shows, right?
Yeah.
However, it'll be a static display. And actually this year, for the first time too, we're going to do more of interactives. So not necessarily just all static. Preston Worth, he's got probably 4 or 5 machines that he's lining up to do. Start them up. Kids are going to be able to drive them, push some earth, maybe dump something, back it up, forklifts, that kind of a thing, dump trucks, and bulldozer type of interactives with also Spencer Excavation's going to have a little area. So we're not going to we're not duplicating dozer days. I don't know if anybody out there knows about dozer days. If you want to spend $15-20 ahead and wait in line for an hour or so to drive a dozer, about dozer days. But Extreme Machines goes beyond that. I think it's more about educating and just promoting and showcasing all these amazing machines that we have in our community, with some unique things thrown in, like a hearse and a pirate ship.
Yes. So I have to say that one of the things that I really like about Extreme Machines, we've had a lot of conversation on the show here about the sad departure of vocational schools from high schools, and how those need to come back. And the thing that I really like about Extreme Machines is not only do you get to see a whole bunch of really cool machines from all kinds of different trades and different walks of life, and different professions out there, but many of these are opportunities available that a high school student or even somebody who's in the process of seeking higher education doesn't necessarily require a college degree to go out and do these jobs. And many of them
make as much money as you would with a college degree.
That's exactly right. Many times those incomes equal or exceed people who got a 4-year degree.
Yeah, definitely a need for operators, drivers. I think Cal Portland comes out with their cement mixer and employment applications, to promote their business and the opportunities that they have there. Hopefully CNC logging, same thing. I know that there's definitely, in fact, sometimes I hear crickets.
I'm not sure what that is, but there's crickets somewhere.
Anyway, so even what's kind of stressful about throwing this event on is the fact that a lot of these folks don't even know what or when or how they're even going to get one of their rigs at the event, because they're so busy and they're out there working day and night that they love it and they want to make sure they're there. But sometimes it's like, well, we'll see. Maybe we might just drive in that harvester right out of the woods on Saturday morning for you, which has happened.
Yeah.
So we need more drivers.
Even last year, you had some last minute arrivals, didn't you?
Yeah. That's kind of cool. It's kind of stressful, but it's a nice surprise. Kind of stressful when you see. That's why Jeff Wilson, my conductor, he's like, "No worries, Carrie, we got this." How to stage, all these different steam engines, and you got the monster trucks, and you got helicopters gonna land here, and just all of it coming together. So I actually have to give my kudos out to Jeff Wilson. Thank you, Jeff, for being my conductor for this event and helping make it happen. Also Preston Worth Excavation. We've got 5 Rivers Construction too. they help support the event so we can bring in the monster truck rides, and got a lot of other local sponsors too that I'd like to tip my hat off to. So thank you.
I think the school bus that you've had there with the monster tires and jacked way up in the air, I think a lot more kids would be interested in going to school if they were riding that on the way to school. What do you think, Kyle?
I know. I didn't ride a bus as a kid, but if that was the case, I would have rode the bus as a kid.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be there today, or be there this next month, this time around. But we will have a Longview school bus, hopefully. And actually,
with great big tires and jacked way up in the air.
No, but they have. I think it's the one that is for wheelchairs as well.
Ah, okay.
And they can go for a ride on that wheelchair ramp that goes up and down. But I've heard even from kids that the school bus is one of their favorite vehicles, or even the waste control garbage truck. I mean, it is quite amazing. The ambulance. I mean, I think you could ask any kid or adult what their favorite machine would be, and you'd get a different answer from everybody. So it's just so random that it's been a really cool event, and the ability to, just like I said, work with so many different agencies and businesses out there. I really appreciate that, and it makes you feel quite humble that they're willing to bring their hundreds of $1,000 piece of equipment and on a low boy and bring it out there and showcase it. But that's what it's about.
Well, so I'm not even the least bit surprised
be there again.
Jeff Wilson got involved with Extreme Machines. He's got a number of Extreme Machines himself.
Right. He represents the military vehicles quite well. I know he's fixing up his amphibious duck boat to make sure that will be there again this year. Hopefully the National Guard's coming out with a howitzer. Did I say that right?
Sounds right, yeah.
I'm learning so much here. And then again, the Coast Guard, and I think they're even going to bring a rescue boat too out from Portland. So got a lot of people that make this happen. Well, including you, Kevin. Thank you.
Yeah, if you would put the dates up there. Saturday, September 22nd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Well worth your time. There's actually, you have some refreshments, food vendors, things like that to show up.
Yeah, let's see. What do we got? We have the Lions. They're just going to sell hot dogs. I believe the close at hand there, and they'll have some fun things for purchase.
Excellent.
And also to go buy, fresh whatever they're going to be selling, veggies and
Farmers
pumpkins.
Market is one of my wife's favorite stops in town. Yeah. I wanted to mention to people that we'll be there with the pirate ship. Northwest Digital News will be. We'll actually do our broadcast from the deck of the ship.
Terrific.
And anybody in the audience is welcome to come join us on the ship if they wish to visit about their place of business, their machines that they have there. So any of the participants in the show, and then any families with kids or whatever can show up, come jump on the ship with us and get your pictures taken if you'd like. So we'll make that a very interactive opportunity for people too.
Come on up and tell us what's your favorite vehicle.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And why, and be prepared to defend it.
There we go.
Yes, because Kyle's going to argue with you. He's just such a mean guy.
I hate kids. I love kids. I don't hate kids. Just want to put that out there.
Yes.
Kids are cool.
All right, we had to fix that.
I got a job for you, Kyle. Afternoon, after school leader, by the way. We are hiring. Parks and Rec is hiring as well. Need folks to work with after school programs.
That was a nice segue. So tell us about Parks and Rec. What's going on with Parks and Rec?
What do we got going on? This is what we have going on, if you can see this. We make things happen in our community. In fact, tomorrow night, last movie at the lake, Coco, karaoke contest. Before that, family karaoke. Your wife and kids probably should call and register for that. $150 grand prize winner.
I took my wife when we first met, because I learned that she sings. I didn't know how well, but I learned that she sings. So I took her to this karaoke bar in northern Minnesota. And so I asked her, well, what do you like to sing? And she goes, pretty much anything. But so I decided, okay, I'm going to challenge her on this. And I go up to the guy up there and I said, is there a piece of music in your book that you've always wished somebody would sing and nobody ever has? And he goes, oh, Think of Me from Phantom of the Opera. He goes, that is like so cool song and nobody's ever sung it. And I said, there we go. She went up and sang it, and it was absolutely amazing. You know how usually there's this conversation and noise and everything? The place went silent.
Sweet. We got a ringer.
And she
Sign her up
freaking
tomorrow.
Man, it
yeah.
was awesome.
So movies at the lake. We've been showing those this summer.
It's kind of cheating a little bit though, because she has an educational and professional background in music, and she teaches voice and piano and everything.
You have a couple kids though, right? Because it's a family karaoke contest.
Oh, so like Jackie and Allison could sing with her. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Steph, we just signed you up.
Yeah, and so that'll start at 6:30, and then the movie starts at dusk, which is about 8:30. Again, Coco's the movie, and I heard it's really good. So that was one of like the 3 movies we did the summer concerts. In fact, tonight's my first free Thursday night because we have no concerts at the lake. By the way, don't show up tonight at the lake. There's no concert. But we're gearing up for next summer. So if you know of any great bands that you can recommend, we had over 70 day camps this summer and served 500 kids. It was amazing. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got lost. And though gearing up for fall, I know one thing that's another fun family event come up is the Seahawk Poker Run and Walk. That's coming up actually on Sunday, September 9th at 9 a.m. over at the Elks Memorial Building in Lake Sacagawea. We've got Moonlight Golf Tournament, Breakfast with Santa, Turkey Trot. That's one of our big family fun runs the day of Thanksgiving morning there. Lots of classes for kids. One really cool program that I love is called Golden Apple Preschool. It's at the Delaware Retirement Center, and we're blending our kiddos, our preschool kids, with the residents of the retirement home. We go and we exercise with them daily. They come to the library and they read to us, and we do science projects together, baking projects. It's super special and very good for both the senior adults and for our little preschoolers. We have dance classes, basketball leagues for men, probably women too, volleyball, open gym, just a little bit of everything. Check us out. This just came hot off the press. I think it was yesterday. It's our fall guide. In fact, that's the Shea.
That is the Shea locomotive, yes.
Jeff, you keep coming up.
Yes.
Hi, Jeff. But that's pretty cool too that Jeff actually has.
So you know, if you have any holiday events coming up where you really, really need a Santa Claus, Kyle over here does a killer Elmer Fudd.
Oh, let's see it.
See, you thought I was going to volunteer you for Santa Claus, did you?
Yeah. It's not really volunteer; it's more voluntold.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about the after-school programs, Kyle. Now that I know you can.
Yeah, tell them about the after-school because our viewing audience will learn too.
Yeah, so we have 5 different after-school programs in Longview schools. Hopefully, they'll be up and running here pretty quick. But we've got Kessler, Northlake, CVG, Mint Valley, and Robert Gray. And if you need a fun, safe place for your kid to go right after school, they don't have to hop on a bus. They don't have to be transported anywhere. They just walk right into the gym. And we have arts and crafts and games and sports and awesome staff that love kids, that want to be there. That I have a couple more openings for that. So anybody out there looking for a part-time job,
background checks for all of them, so you
it's
don't have
required.
Like, domestic violence people showing up. just saying.
Training, background checks, mandatory. Yes.
Yes.
Good
Very
staff. Good. Yeah, and good opportunity for just a little part-time job. Any college kids out there? Anybody looking for, just about 15, 20 hours a week, come call me, Parks and Rec. It's a good place to work. we're all about fun and games.
That's throughout the school year, I'm
Through
assuming.
the school year, yeah. And then sometimes it even leads into summer and working some of our day camps and our events and helping me out.
I've noticed all
Extreme
these,
machines.
like throughout the summer, all these students at the various schools, you know, either out there playing soccer, does Parks and Rec get involved in any of that, or is it that just the schools themselves doing it?
Oh yeah, we had a couple 8-9 week daycare camps, I guess you could call it, at Kessler and North Lake. But we had our kids also out there learning archery on the lake, canoeing and fishing and map and compass. And we had this grant this year called No Child Left Inside. So that gave us $28,000 extra to get these kids out, to get them outside 3 hours a day was our goal, which we achieved. They were able to take 3 different field trips to different state parks in our region, and we worked hard. And those kids, I don't know if they were playing soccer necessarily. That was definitely one thing that we would expect from our staff, but we also taught them a lot of different outdoor recreation skills and environmental ed. So like I said, Parks and Rec, it's a great place to work. We make a lot of difference in a lot of folks' lives, and we make things happen.
You've been there for a few years, haven't you?
Just a few, yeah,
Just
24.
24, wow.
Yeah, I came from Minnesota.
Did you?
I did.
What part?
Princeton.
Princeton. I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
I don't.
In fact, And then
Just north of the Minneapolis-St. Paul
that's
area.
right, about an hour north. My folks are still out there on a farm. My sister lives in Brainerd.
So did you ever meet a guy by the name of Jeff Hammer?
Oh, yeah.
You know Jeff Hammer?
Sure.
Yeah.
He had the cabinet.
The cabinet
making.
place, yeah.
Yeah.
Small world.
You'll have to tell me how you know Jeff.
Oh, he's a gem of a business guy.
Yeah. In fact, I went to high school with his kids.
No kidding. Yeah. So, Kyle, for your information, his cabinetry place, Crystal Cabinets.
Yes.
Yeah. Crystal actually was his mother's name, so that's where the name of the business came from. But yeah, my experiment in the car business, learning the car business, I ran into Jeff because he just, gets this itch to go and spend money on cars all the time. And so he'd come out and do some car shopping and stuff like that. Well, I met him, and when he figured out what I was doing, well, then he introduced me to his family members, and I went up to Crystal Cabinet several times to go tour the place, and just had a really enjoyable experience with the Hammer family.
All right, good to know. And I hear this guy can sell you a car without any, tricks.
Oh, I don't sell cars.
Well,
I help people get through the car buying process
so
without getting
kinda
ripped off. So
sell
all they have to
cars.
do is look up any kind of car buying advice, how to win in the dealer finance office, or the 13 car buying mistakes. Just go to YouTube. It's all like educational information.
I think that's fabulous. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Have you taken his words of advice?
Well, I have actually. A lot of my friends are buying cars and family members, so I'm like, hey, check out this YouTube video. Check it out. And they're not getting ripped off, which is nice.
You know what's funny is we did this. We actually contacted a number of various area dealers. One time I gave both Kyle and Chris Bornstead, who's usually on the show here with us, they did some homework assignments with regard to the car business, and it was so funny, the kinds of responses he got back. And when you know where this end game is going and you have the background with it, it's actually quite comical. The things that I told them, predicted this is where this is going to go, this was going to happen. It just like clockwork.
He was right, and I'm still getting emails from them.
Yeah, still getting emails.
They're my spam, though, so that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine now.
So anything else you want to share on Parks and Rec or Extreme Machines?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, free, family fun, that's kind of what we like to think we're about. Spending, providing opportunities for families to spend time together. It's super important to our community. It helps build strong communities, I think. And so I believe we are a catalyst for that. So if, folks out there are looking for something to do, to spend time with their family, check out Parks and Recreation. Got the father-daughter ball coming up in February. You might be able to bring your kiddos.
Yeah.
Nice.
we will definitely have to
I
have
might
more
actually have a
conversation about
pirate theme this
Yes,
year.
yes, that would be very cool.
Light
And there's
up
a
some
lot
cannons.
There's a lot of great pirates in the community too. So there'd be, if you want to do a pirate theme with that father-daughter ball, it would be very easy to accomplish.
To wait and see. Yeah.
I just want to point out the special guest for Extreme Machines, Optimus Prime.
Oh, thank you.
Can we just Optimus Prime? That's so cool.
Western Star Northwest is going to bring that in for us. And the Remax hot air balloon.
Yeah.
That's cool too. Yeah. But you know what? To me, every vehicle there is a special guest. You know, I think they all do something amazing for us. Even our hearse. Lloyd Smith. Yeah. And that's an educational experience.
I have a friend of mine who works out at the Longview Cemetery. He has a lot of people under him. Guy up
That's
just
funny.
like, oh my gosh. Opportunities from the ground down. And they are all members of the UEPGC, which is the Undertakers, Embalmers, and Pallbearers Glee Club. It's a
amazing.
joke from a silly movie.
Someone's got to do it.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well,
Thank
appreciate
you.
you joining us here on the show. And thanks to
Appreciate you
everybody
having
who
me.
joined us here on the broadcast. This is the Extreme Machines is Saturday, September 22nd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And head down to what you might think of as the College Expo Center
right.
or
Where is
the
this
Fairgrounds area. It's right there on 430 Washington Street.
7th Avenue. Right.
Well, this says 430 Washington Street, but 7th Avenue, yes.
It's where the farmer's market.
In Longview, yeah. If you can find the farmer's
find
market,
your wife
you've been
there.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be over there. And you'll see two little blonde-haired girls munching strawberries and all that other kind of stuff.
Probably not in September.
Oh, maybe not in September.
Maybe
right. Green
pumpkins.
beans and pumpkins. And
Oh boy.
hey, they like those just as much as the berries. They eat them every single day.
Nice.
Yes. All right, well, that's going to do it for our show here on Northwest Digital News. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Kevin Hunter, Kyle Torgerson, and our special guest, Carrie Williquette from Parks and Recs. Thanks for joining us. Till next time, take care.